26, Hull FC 12 again. The Hull FC, many expected, were going to be well and truly beaten in. Didn't transpire that way, did it? Good effort this from the Black and Whites, but they came up against the Catalan Dragons side that needed to hit back after that defeat at Headingley, and hit back they did. And the first 15, 20 minutes, it was all about Jayden Nikorima. We've been waxing lyrical about Nikorima. We think he's going to be a great player. We're now going to be missing him for a few weeks. It looks as if he's done his hamstring. There was quite a few injuries on the night, of course. We'll talk about them as we go through in the shares. But Nikorima in that first 20 minutes, absolutely brilliant. First of all, getting on to that Mike McMeekin break right off the bat. Nice little offload there from McMeekin. Passed out to Nikorima. Off he goes. You're not catching him. In he goes for the first 4-pointer of the night. Then on 6 minutes, what a hit from Tariq Sims on Danny Houghton. How Danny got up there, I do not know. Massive hit once again from Tariq Sims. Then Nikorima on 11 minutes becomes the supplier of Mathieu Laguerre back in the side. Good to see Laguerre. We like him here at Super League Raw. Overgo the Catalan Dragons once again. Then on 18 minutes, a brilliant try from New Brown. He'll be delighted with that. Really good finish from New Brown. You've got to just chase them, haven't you? You've got to give yourself the best possible chance to score. That's what New Brown did. Really good. And then another massive hit on 20 minutes. SA back for Hull FC. I thought he had a fine game. He puts Da Costa well and truly on his derriere. It was an outstanding hit from SA. Then on 35 minutes, one of the contentious moments in the game. If you remember, obviously, New Brown at Warrington Wolves got sent off for a head clash with Ben Curry. The rules were changed, and it's stipulated in the rules initial contact only. Well, we had an initial contact only head clash between Ashworth and, of course, Chris Satai. No love lost, was there, for Chris Satai in this game? He had some bruising hits on him very early doors indeed. Ashworth was one of those. SA, another one. He was singled out when he came on the field. Chris Satai didn't last long, of course. Had to go off with a HIA assessment off the back of that challenge by Ashworth. Was that a red card? There's the question. If you look at the rules of the game, it was initial contact. The tackling player has to protect the. Look, I don't want a red card. I think Ashworth's been outstanding this season for Hull FC, but those are the rules of the game. Another talking point. They've changed the rules once. Are they going to change them again? What's the match review panel going to make of that? That's going to be interesting to wait for. We'll be, of course, covering that in the news on Monday, as always. But a massive talking point in the game. It's 14-6 at our time. Of course, a late penalty going the way of the Catalan Dragons. Then on 47 minutes, the Walker try. Brilliant try. I mean, Jack Walker for Hull FC this season has been absolutely brilliant. But of course, his hamstring's gone. Now, that's a massive concern for Tony Smith. For me personally, Walker has been the in-form player for the Black and Whites this season. He was good once again at Catalan. He had to, of course, shift out to the wing when Matty Russell went off injured. Tex Hoy come on and played fullback for the remainder of the game. But this is a big blow for Hull FC. But a great try from Jack Walker. Then on 58, Artur Morg. Hey, you have to go and watch driving tests to see evasive manoeuvres like that. Beautiful stuff from Mr. Morg. Yes, very evasive indeed. Over he goes. Superb stuff. Absolutely superb. Then that big hit from Garcia on Lewis Martin. This game was littered with him. Sit down, Mr. Lewis Martin's son. Great hit from Garcia. Garcia had a good game as well. And then, of course, finally, they had a go. I think they played the set before. Finally, of course, the game was decided by a Tom Davis try, 26 points to 12 on 70 minutes, and there it stayed till the end of the game. Like I say, Walker out with a hamstring injury. Nikorima, he's going to be out with a hamstring injury as well. Chris Satai, he won't be there next week for the next game. Like I say, he got some pretty heavy treatment, didn't he, Chris Satai? Hey, and who'd have thought it was only Britain where the rain poured? Another soggy, damp affair. This one, wasn't it, in the south of France? Deary me, raindrops keep falling in my vino. But anyway, that's another story. We'll leave that for another day. Right, where are we going with our 3-2-1? Really, I found this one really difficult because actually there weren't a lot of players that shone on the day for me. It was a really tricky one. Who do we give the 3 points to? And I'm going to give it to Julien Busquet. I mean, and for the pure reason that it was a grinding game and he did some really solid work down the middle. 19 tackles in D, 20 carries for 136 metres. It was a solid effort from Julien Busquet. So I'm going to go Busquet. That might not be popular, but that's where I'm going to go. Sometimes prop forwards are overlooked. And in games like this, those metres are critical, absolutely critical. Speaking of metres, 2 points. Who am I giving that to? None of the try scores. I'm going to give it to Tom Johnston. Yeah, he hasn't scored a try yet, but by God, did he bring the ball out of backfield well, and he put Catalan Dragons on the front foot time and time again. 13 carries, 168 metres, 7 tackleables, 3 clean breaks. Tom Johnston in this game, he might not have got any assists, he might not have got any tries, but his work rate and the position that he put the Catalan Dragons in to go and secure the victory cannot be overlooked. An absolutely brilliant, brilliant performance from that man. And who am I giving the 1.2? This might surprise some people, but I'm going to give it to SASA. A lot of question marks over this man after that debacle, opening game that he played back from suspension for this one. A lot of people looking at what he was going to do, and I thought he had a really good game. Really strong carries with ball in hand. Some of his defence was absolutely brutal. It bodes well that for Hull FC going forward. I think SASA at the moment, for me, one to watch. Is he Chris Satai? Time will tell. But that, for me, was a really solid display indeed. So, Herman SASA, you are going to get my 1 point. So, 3 points to Julien Busquet, 2 points to Tom Johnston, and 1 to Herman SASA. Do you agree with my 3-2-1? If you don't, get in the chat and tell me why. Of course, Franklin Pelly returns next week, Hull FC. That will be a welcome return indeed. Many people expected Hull FC, like I said, right at the beginning of In the Shed, to go there and to come up second best, and convincingly second best. That didn't happen. Hull FC in this game were competitive, which is really good to see. Injuries continue to mount up for them. That's causing them a great deal of problems, of course, but they can take a lot of heart out of this. Anybody who goes to Catalan Dragons and gives them a game this season is worthy of praise. And I thought, Hull FC, you black and white fans out there, I think you'll be quite pleased with the overall scoreline and the effort of your team. As for the Catalan Dragons, of course, this takes them onto 6 points, like so many as well, back on the winning gravy train after that defeat at Headingley. They'll be pleased with this win. Fantastic stuff. Great advert for Rugby League. I fully enjoyed this one in the south of France. Did you? There you go. That's another edition of In the Sheds. We will be back with the final In the Sheds on Monday when we look at the London Wigan game. Don't forget as well, in the morning, you'll be able to download the Final Whistle podcast. Our Team Talk members will be getting together tonight to record that web chat. It'll be interesting to see what they've made of round number 4. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. Download it on the way to work. It's on Apple, Amazon, and Spotify. The Final Whistle podcast in the morning. You don't want to miss that. In the Sheds will be back tomorrow. So too will our usual news report. We'll be looking at all the match review panel as well. And also some announcements will be coming very shortly to the next people who will join us for our In Conversation series. So don't you go anywhere. Keep it super raw. Make sure you share us. Make sure you like us. Make sure you're getting involved in the comments, and go and take a look at that membership scheme on Patreon and become a part of the Team Talk family and be a part of that podcast, The Final Whistle. I will see you tomorrow for the final In the Sheds of round number 4. Enjoy your Sunday and happy Mother's Day to all of our mums out there. We hope you've enjoyed your day. Bye for now.